Hey guys, this is Miss Gray. I am sick today, and so you have a sub. But to start what we needed to start today, I thought I would make you guys a recording so you could understand what we're doing. So, back when we first did our narrative essays, I told you guys that we would be coming back and talking about the rest of the rubric, that we were just doing our first draft for content, and that the rest of our rubric we would come back and visit later. Well, now it's time to do that. So we're starting today with narrative techniques. So, on your way into class today, you should have picked up the graphic organizer that looks like this. It has 3 pages. You should have also picked up the short story Fish Cheeks that looks like this. And then if you read the board told you to get out your class folder and your Sherman Alexie Superman and Me essay that looks like this. If you don't have this anymore, there are extras available for you to get. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk you through what we're looking for today, okay? So this is a narrative techniques chart. Like I said, on your first draft of your essay, which you'll get back tomorrow, you were going to get it back today, but I'm not here. You wrote specifically for content. Did you hit all the pieces of the prompt? Okay, now we're going to talk about, okay, can we go back and on our second draft of the essay, look for fleshing out some of these details a little bit. So let's look through what I'm asking you to do. The first 2 pages of this have you use the new narrative and the Sherman Alexie narrative to answer some questions. So it says, students using Sherman Alexie's Superman and Me narrative that we previously discussed, there are extra copies available, answer the following questions. Make sure that you answer each section. You may use the narrative notes on the narrative essay assignment in Google Classroom to help you answer these questions. So if you look here, it talks about modes. Answer all. A, who is the narrator? B, what point of view? First person, second person, third person. Audience, who's he writing to? Thesis, what's the main point? And we actually already identified that one for the Sherman Alexie Superman and Me. Notice up here it says you may use the narrative notes in the narrative essay assignment. In your Google Classrooms, I moved the essay assignment back up to the top of the stream. And if you click on it, that second page of the prompt had some definitions of things that you could use. So it talks about what first person, second person, and third person is. It talks about the thesis and the organization. So if you look over here, some of these definitions are provided for you there in the prompt, and that is located at the top of your Google Classroom streams now. So if you need that. So you're going through and you're going to answer all of these on this first page about Sherman Alexie's Superman and Me. So what happened? Think big picture. Who took part? When did it happen? Where did it happen? What made the author write the story? Scene versus summary. Imagery. Where do we see appeals to taste, touch, sight, sound, smell? Not all of these are going to be in every single story. If one is not included, write none next to its letter. If one is included, write an example of it. Organization. Chronological. So does it start from beginning and go till the end? Is it a flashback? Does it start in now and flashback to a former time? Is it something else? Does it start in the middle of the action and then go from there? Choose the one that is most prevalent in the story and explain how we know. Other details. What are 1 to 2 details that the author includes to appeal to the audience? Is the dialogue appropriate, or is there even dialogue in it? List 10 or more strong verbs, so action verbs, from the text that help move the story. Okay? On the first page, you'll do this about Superman and Me. On the second page, you'll do this about Fish Cheeks. So that short story you picked up on your way in, 2 pages. You will read that. You will answer these questions about Fish Cheeks. So who's the narrator? What point of view is it? I will go ahead and tell you that this story is by Amy Tan, and it is about a young girl who is reminiscing on a time when she was younger. Okay, and she is a Chinese American. That's your goal for today. Today you are going to analyze narrative techniques in a familiar narrative, the one we read together before, and an unfamiliar narrative, this brand new one. Tomorrow, on Tuesday, when I am hopefully back, what I'll do is I'll give you back your essay. We'll talk about what you scored on the content section of your essay. And then we're going to analyze, using the same graphic organizer, our own essay. So what narrator did we have? What were the answers to these questions for our own work? Okay? In order to prepare for our rewrite. Because if any of the above elements are unclear, that's where we'll start with our revisions. Okay. So that's today's goal. If you need some assistance, you may send me an email at graym@conwayschools.net. I am feeling under the weather, so I can't promise I'll get back to you during your class period, but I will get back to you as soon as I can, okay? Do the best you can. We'll talk about these a little bit on Tuesday before we start our next section. But again, you have everything you need to do this. This is an independent activity. I do not mind if you listen to music while you work, but you may not work with a partner. All right. I will see you guys Tuesday. Have a great day, guys.